Hello and welcome to Loving Me, Myself, and Life with me, Jody Misiak. And welcome back to the Summer Micro Boost series. I'm so happy that you're tuning in for another bite-sized dose of self-love and growth this summer. If you've been following along, we've been diving into the fundamentals of self-love this July, setting the stage for a season of growth, sunshine, and kindness to ourselves. And today we're talking about something we all face, especially during the summer months: guilt. Summer's supposed to be carefree, full of fun and relaxation, right? But sometimes we find ourselves weighed down by guilt. Guilt for missing a workout, eating that extra ice cream cone, skipping doing something productive for a lazy day at the beach, or even guilt for not being the perfect version of ourselves. Does any of this sound familiar? Well, today we're letting that go. Together, we'll learn how to embrace imperfection and release guilt through the lens of self-compassion. Because loving yourself also means being kind to yourself. So grab your cup of iced coffee, fruit-infused water, or whatever favorite beverage you want, and let's dive in. Let's start by breaking down guilt. Guilt is that nagging voice inside your head, the one that says, you didn't do enough, you should have been better, or why couldn't you stick with your plan? Well, guilt can sometimes prompt us to reflect and improve. Holding on to it for too long becomes toxic. It keeps us stuck in the past, replaying our so-called mistakes over and over. And here's the thing, guilt is counterproductive to self-love. Why? Because self-love is about accepting yourself as you are, imperfections and all. It's about recognizing that you're human, not a robot programmed for perfection. Guilt, on the other hand, thrives on the idea that you should be perfect. And when you're not, it tries to make you feel bad about it. Think about it. Guilt doesn't have room for growth. It's like constantly carrying a backpack full of rocks on a hike. How can you enjoy the journey when you're weighed down by all the unnecessary weight? So here's the truth. You don't need guilt to grow. What you need is self-compassion. So I'd like to talk about reframing guilt. Instead of beating yourself up for not being perfect, let's focus on progress. Self-compassion is the practice of treating yourself with the same kindness you'd show a friend. Imagine your best friend comes to you and says, I feel so bad. I skipped my workout today. Would you respond by saying, whoa, you're such a failure? Of course not. You'd probably say something like, hey, it's okay. You needed to rest. And that's perfectly okay. You'll get back to it tomorrow. So why don't we talk to ourselves that way? Here's one way you can reframe guilt. Instead of saying, I messed up this week, try saying, I'm proud of the effort I put in, even if it wasn't perfect. I'm learning and growing every day. Progress is what matters, not perfection. Celebrate the small wins, the moments where you showed up for yourself, even if it wasn't 100%. Like I keep sharing, summer is a season of joy, abundance, and growth. Don't let guilt steal that away. Let it go and replace it with gratitude for the moments you did show up for yourself. I want to share with you a little story. I grew up in Ontario, Canada, and then we moved to the Sunshine Coast in British Columbia, Canada. Back in Ontario, we had, rainy days that would, just downpour. So I grew up with that, where those are the days I'd watch a movie or read a book, and I didn't feel like I needed to go outside to enjoy the sunshine. However, fast forward to when we moved here, and our first summer here, it didn't rain like ever. It might have rained like a handful of times, not even. We don't get a lot of rain here in the summer. And I had to figure out how to not feel guilty for spending time inside. I remember that first summer where it was a sunny day And then I'd be like, okay, let's go out and do something. And then I woke up the next day. It was a sunny day. And again, let's go out and do something. I was embracing every sunny day and doing something outside until I realized I'm exhausted from embracing every sunny day. And I realized that it was okay to watch a movie on a sunny day. But I had this guilt that I'm like, the weather's gorgeous. I need to be outside. I have to be outside. Or even worse, I should be outside. The weather's nice. Because as a kid, I was taught that when the weather's nice in the summer, it was important to enjoy it outside because you didn't always have those beautiful, awesome days. So I got so exhausted from chasing and embracing the sunny days that I realized that I needed to make a mind shift change, that it was okay for me to take a day off and read a book inside or outside. I have fair skin, so I actually have to find shade or cover up or both. It's about being gentle and kind to yourself, but also understanding where it's coming from. So honor where you are. Figure out why you're feeling guilty, and then let it go. All right, now it's time for a little reflection. I want you to think about one area in your life where you've been too hard on yourself lately. Maybe it's about how you've been eating or exercising or spending your time. Or maybe it's even how you've been managing your emotions. Whatever it is, identify it. Then ask yourself, if my best friend came to me with the same issue, how would I respond to them? Take that response, the kindness, the understanding, the encouragement, and apply it to yourself this week. Here's a simple practice you can try. Write down the thing you've been feeling guilty about. Next to it, write a compassionate response to yourself, one you'd give to a loved one. Every time the guilt creeps back in, read your compassionate response out loud. It might feel a little awkward at first, but trust me, it works. Over time, you'll retrain your inner voice to be more gentle and more loving. Now, before we wrap up, I want to share with you an affirmation for this week. Feel free to repeat it after me or just let the words wash over you, whatever feels right to you. I release guilt and embrace myself with kindness and compassion. I release guilt and embrace myself with kindness and compassion. I am human and I am enough. I honor my progress, not perfection. I'll repeat it one more time. I release guilt and embrace myself with kindness and compassion. I am human and I am enough. I honor my progress, not perfection. Take a deep breath in and let that affirmation settle into your soul. Feel it, really feel it. Guilt can really keep us stuck. And remember that self-love is a journey, not a destination. And releasing guilt is one of those steps that makes the journey lighter and more beautiful. Remember that idea of having a backpack full of rocks. Every time you let go of guilt or reframe it or understand it, a rock is taken out of your bag and you lighten your load. Thank you so much for joining me today on Loving Me, Myself, and Life, the Summer Micro Boost series. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love for you to share it with a friend or subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode, where we're going to do a little check-in and redefine our priorities. And don't forget to check out my website, jodymisiak.com, for more resources and self-love tools to support you on your journey. Until next Sunday, keep shining, keep growing, and most importantly, keep loving yourself. You've got this. Take care and have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye for now.